This was one of the first YieldMax ETFs to come out, along with tsly and ARKK. And it has been paying dividends since it came out. The first time that it paid was in January 5th, 2023. And it has been paying since, though the dividends, is not as much as, like a tsly. The highest they paid was $1.09, 76. So between $1.76 was the highest, and the lowest was 24 cents. But if we average all together, we're getting, it paid, quite a bit over 50 cents. So that's a pretty good. This ETF is OARK, YieldMax Innovation Option Income Strategy. Real right now is 44. Today's video, I'm just going to give you an update why this ETF is very, very, very close to get cut or to get reverse splitted. I have two reasons why, and I'm going to show you what's going to happen to your stock if you're a holder of this stock right now. So if we go to a chart right now, we can see right now is at $10.77, and within a year it hasn't done any. If we look at the max, it was all the way at 20, and right now is at 10, so it's a half what it used to be. And 52-week range is 10.43 to 17.67. So within a year, it hasn't even gone back to what it actually started originally, which was $20. And this ETF, of course, it tracks or writes call option on this ETF right here, which is ARK Innovation ETF, which is managed by Kathy Wood, this lady right here. She's the one who manages, and you can see this during COVID time, it went all the way January 1st, 2021, it went all the way to 137. Right now is at 44. So the underlying ETF itself hasn't done great for this year, because right now, you can see the year to date, it has returned negative 14%. If we look at 1 year to date, you can see it's all in red. So it hasn't done well. So of course you are expecting, if the underlying hasn't done well, of course the option income ETF itself won't be any better. The reason why this ETF is going to be split is because of the NAV right now is at 10. So this is the same level where tsly used to be, and reverse splitted, right? So 1 to 2, and we can see this one is very, 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 very close to get that action. It's not a matter of if, but it's when, and that's just the nature of the beast. Once this ETF goes down 10 and it keeps on the same level below $10, it will get splitted 1 to 2, just like tsly. In February this year, 26, that was an action that happened, 1 to 2 ratio. And for people who were asking, so what's going to happen? What happens is actually you are getting, let's say for example, you own 200 shares, and each share at the price is $10, then you are going to get 100 shares, because it's reverse split, meaning you get less shares, but the price that you have of each unit will go up. So from 10 is going to be 20, and that will of course keep your value of investment that you have on that ETF remain the same, which will be 2,000 in that example. And your yield, or the dividend you're going to receive, instead of 10 cents, you're going to get 20, so will be pretty much the same. And then monthly dividend should be the same, and the yield should be the same. That's according to what YieldMax are saying. That's how they promise whenever we want tsly. So is this going to be the same when it comes to OARK? That's to be seen. But the only thing is going to be affected on your price and the value of this is if this stock itself, OARK, right now for example is 10, and then you split to 20, and it keeps falling down, then your value will fall. That's exactly what happened to tsly. Remember, tsly splitted, and it went all the way to $20, but right now it's 15. So that means even if your value or your price of the stock went up, but then because the stock hasn't performed well within a year, we can see it did crash. So that means you're losing a bunch of money, and your yield should reflect that. So that's all, guys. I just want to give you an update and an example why this OARK is in very, very near to be reverse splitted, because of those two reasons. Because we've seen Tesla, that's exactly what happened to Tesla, and its NAV is very close to be lower than $10. And that's all, guys, I have for today. If you like this content, make sure you like, and if you find a value and you want someone else to know this kind of information, just make sure you share with that person. And if you haven't subscribed, so you don't miss this type of update when it comes to your investment, just make sure you subscribe and follow. So I'll catch you on next one. Bye bye.